they need to move the camera that way.
No, I'm
Go ahead. Call the Village of Bondwell Village Board meeting to order on Wednesday, February 8th, 2023, at 6 p.m. Pledge of allegiance and silent meditation.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Statement regarding the meeting notice. The agenda for the meeting was sent to the Shawano Leader and Results Broadcasting. Copies of the agenda were also posted at the Village Hall, Bondwell State Bank, and Bondwell Library. Can I have approval of the agenda?
I will make mo-
Go ahead.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda and deviate as necessary.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hottenstein, second by Kelly to approve the agenda and deviate as necessary. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the Wednesday, January 11th, 2023 minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from Wednesday, January 11th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion by Court, second by Zuliger to approve the minutes from January 11th, 2023. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Acknowledgement of citizenship form, nobody here. Communications, petitions, correspondence.
You have
Sure.
a letter from Doug?
We got a letter from a concerned citizen about a sidewalk that wasn't being cleared with snow. The issue has already been rectified. We ended up shoveling the snow off the sidewalk. We hung a 24-hour notice tag, we shoveled it, and sent them the bill.
Committee reports. Public Safety Committee, Kay Zuliger.
We met, I believe it was the 30th. And we have one thing that's coming to the board. Most of our other discussion, we mixed up our agenda, so.
Police Department report, Chief Eric Kraus.
The written report is on file, and then there's been several things since the report came out. Last night, we had an internet crash at the police department, a switch box, which apparently is the internet, went out. Technicians from Shawano, actually 3 technicians had worked on it, and they finally got done and repaired it at about 9 p.m. So we were without internet for several hours, but they worked all the way through the evening, basically, to get it working for us. As it was noted in there, we've also had a laptop go out in the squad car where it's no longer maintaining a charge. The second we shut the squad car off, all the data is lost, the time freezes. We have to reset everything every time we start it, so there's a new one of those ordered as well. 4th of July parade permits have come in from both the county and the state, so we're all set for the 4th of July parade. In addition to that, I sent out a request for assistance from the State Patrol, and they're giving us 2 troopers for that. If you recall, we had an overdose death in the village last year. Through investigation, that is now in federal hands. So it's moved from us to the feds to investigate. So that's the update on that.
Fire Department report. Chief Lynch, not here, it's on file. EMS report, on file. Administrative Committee, Brenda Stashik.
We did not meet,
I don't really have anything this month.
and we are not gonna meet unless something comes up.
Clerk Treasurer report, Michelle Marashik.
The report's on file. CLA was here last week, started the audit, working on some other things yet. I'm waiting to hear back on some money that they misplaced, to say the least. They did something weird with one of our loans, and I questioned it this year, and I'm working on that. So we'll be finishing that up. They've changed some stuff with GASB, which is a federal filing. So this year they're looking at leases. Next year they're going to be going into subscriptions. So we have to pull different files for them. It just means more money and more reports. Public test is next week for the Springville primary, and we will also have the primary the week after. It's pretty boring. There's one thing on there. So, all the year-end stuff is done, and we're done collecting taxes as of yesterday. I have submitted all my February reports to the county, just waiting for those to come back so I can do all the final checks to all the jurisdictions.
Municipal Operations Committee, Kay Hanstein.
We met on Tuesday, January 24th, and we have a few things coming, and they're on the agenda.
Municipal Operations Department report, Jesse Rankin.
Reports on file, just been busy doing, finishing up the PSC report so we can get that filed along with the audit. Also collecting numbers from our haulers to do our recycle center grants that we do at this time of year. And getting data together for the cross connection. Consumer confidence report, that will be mailed out shortly. Other than that, reports on file.
Board reports, no zoning board of appeals. Library board, on file. Plan commission, we met, there's a few items coming to the board. Fire commission, did not meet.
I don't know if they're meeting. I sent an email today to Kevin and to Jeff Simon. To find out what they're doing.
Any miscellaneous reports? None. Okay, new business. K1, discussion and possible action on conditional use permit request from Village Tractor for property located at 526 Commerce Court, parcel 107-42200-0020.
This conditional use permit is just like he has for the location he has here in town across the street, Tractor Supply Sales and Services. So he's doing the same thing out there, just on a larger scale in newer facilities. So it requires a conditional use permit. It was brought to the Plan Commission. They agreed to move it to the board for a conditional use permit for Village Tractor.
I'll make a motion to approve the conditional use permit request from Village Tractor for parcel 107-42200-0030.
I'll second it.
Motion by Stashik, second by Hanstein, to approve the conditional use permit request from Village Tractor located at 526 Commerce Court. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion of possible action on signage application for 235 South Cecil Street for Grease Spot?
Grease back.
Chiropractic.
What this is, Bruce Bach bought the old Locust chiropractor. He's using the same sign, which is within the square footage dimensions to have a sign on his building. He's just replacing it with his sign. He already has it up. I talked to him that, you know, if the board decided not to go with his sign, if they denied it, they would have to come down, but he had it lined up already ahead of time. So the sign is currently up. It does not look derogatory, meets all the requirements for signage in that district. Don't see any reason why not to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the sign for Reebok Chiropractic.
I'll second it.
Motion by Kelly, second by Court. To approve the signage applications for 235 South Cecil Street. Is there any discussion? In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action to amend ordinance section 103-1 or 107-1. Adoption and review of comprehensive plan.
What this is that section 107.1 of the ordinance talks about a comprehensive plan, and it wasn't updated when we updated a comprehensive plan from 2005 to 2018, so we just had to change the dates. We're not changing any of the verbiage. We're changing the verbiage when it's, the old plan was called the Smart Growth. The new one is called Comprehensive Plan with the date of 2018. So we're just changing the verbiage of Smart Growth Comprehensive Plan and the dates to match the actual comprehensive plan we have in place.
And it'll be a 20-year.
It's a 20-year comprehensive plan, and what it is that it gets relooked every 10 years. It should be relooked every 10 years. So we did in 2018. We're at year 5. I mean, it doesn't hurt to look ahead. I got some things that are coming up with the plan commission and stuff that we need to look at moving forward. But yeah, we're good for right now, and it just needs to update our ordinance.
I'll introduce ordinance 2023-1, adoption and review of comprehensive plan.
I'll second it.
Motion by Stachek, second by Ottenstein to approve to amend the ordinance for adopting and review the comprehensive plan. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Page,
Present.
Kelly,
Aye.
Game,
Yeah.
Zuliger,
Aye.
Ottenstein.
Yep.
Stashik.
Yep.
Ford.
Yep.
Ordinance 2023-01 has been approved. Discussion and possible action to amend ordinance section 2-21, meetings to include committee of the whole.
All right, so we had talked about committee of the whole at the admin committee. We agreed to move forward with that at the board. Bill has finally got back to us. We need to approve 2 ordinance changes. One is to the meetings where we would be adding, if you look at the second page, it shows the changes. We'd be adding meeting of committee of the whole shall be scheduled for such date and time that the village shall determine. And that special meetings in the village board committee of the whole may be called to order by the village president or 2 trustees. So that's what we would need to change on the meeting ordinance to make it compliant to do committee of the whole.
I'll introduce resolution 2023-02.
I'll second it.
Motion by Kelly, second by Zuliger to introduce ordinance 2023-02. Any discussion?
Will that start next month?
We'll have to talk about that.
Okay, I didn't know if that
Yep.
discussed here. Okay.
Yep, we will.
Roll call.
Game,
Yep.
Zuliger,
Aye.
Stashik.
Yep.
Kelly.
Aye.
Ford.
Yeah.
Ottenstein.
Yep.
Page.
Passed. Discussion and possible action to amend ordinance section 2-21, committees to reference committee of the whole.
Okay, So this is the other part of it. So right now, the way our ordinances read, we talk about standing committees and appointments, which would be admin, the MO, and the public safety committee. We need to change this part of the ordinance on committees to reference the committee of the whole. In here, basically, there's a thing that says the action of the committee whole shall consider and basically recommendation, so we're gonna get rid of the standing committees by saying the following standing committees are basically now gonna be replaced by committee of the whole. So that way we don't have to go through all the ordinances and change them all to committee of the whole by saying that these are gonna be the new ones. It's gonna be committee of the whole. So we're changing that, and then he just changed a couple other things with the next regular village board meeting. So by passing these, then we can move to committee of the whole. Normally, how committee of the whole would work is like we would have this meeting, and then 2 weeks from now, we would have committee of the whole. The committee of the whole would be where Eric, Jesse, and I would bring anything we have that would have normally went to our committees. We would discuss it at that meeting, and then in our March meeting, that's the second week, the second Wednesday, that's when we would approve everything we talked about at our first meeting. But, so I guess it's up to you guys what you guys want to do and when you want to set that meeting. And that's what that first ordinance we talked about, is that we have that right to set that committee date. So I don't know if, we want to look at the second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday, if that's what's going to work, or how we wanted to do that. So, and if we're looking to start that right away next month, or are we looking to do April? I guess I don't know what you guys are thinking.
I say do it right away.
Yeah. That would cut down, it also saves the village as a whole with all the meetings.
Right, so you guys would get paid for your committee of the whole, you would get a per diem for that. This meeting is part of your normal monthly or quarterly payment. So rather than going to like if pays on 2 committees, you would just have the one. And you're still gonna have plan commission, you're still gonna have fire commission, any of those special type things, you're still gonna have those. But it would cut down on the 3 committee type things and a couple of you that are on doubles. But if you wanted to start it next month, we would just have to determine. We would do our normal regular board meetings, finish our committee meetings up this month. Next month, we would do our March 8th meeting, and then figure out if we want to do it every 2 weeks. And then we would start with our committee of the whole. That's 4th week in.
I think 2 weeks is good in between. That way there's, you have enough stuff to bring together.
That way you have 2 weeks in between to always think about it, and if you get bored and you're not real happy with maybe what we talked about, we can say, maybe we need to pre-book that a little more, or more questions could be asked.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think we just need to, go ahead and approve this ordinance so that we're compliant. They need to be published. So that's why we can't really do it this month yet. And then I would say then the next meeting, then the next board meeting, we'll go ahead and get that. We'll have that one scheduled and ready to go. And I can talk to Bill to see if he wants to be at it, to tell us, give us direction, or if he needs to be or not be at it. So,
Are we gonna keep it at the same time, the 6th?
we can move it earlier or later. I mean, I don't know what people's work schedules are. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, that's more of a working meeting is what the committee of the whole is. It's not a decision. You're not making any, you're gonna make motions to move it to the board meeting. You're not gonna be making actions on, like here you're making the action to approve things. You're gonna be making the motion to move it to the board, right? So. in a different way.
I mean, the earliest I can do it is 5.
5:30 for me. So, it's a good, 6 is a good time.
So, yeah, I mean,
I'm all right with 6.
Fine, me too.
alright.
We just need a, introduction.
I'll introduce, ordinance 2023-03 for.
Motion by Kelly, second by Page, to introduce introduce 2023-03. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Kelly.
Aye.
Stashik.
Yep.
Zuliger.
Yep.
Page.
Yep.
Ford.
Present.
Ottenstein.
Yep.
Game.
Yeah.
Discussion and possible action on resolution 2023-01 to amend the building permit fees.
This came from public safety. It's, we're just adding, a fee for electrical installation or upgrade and residential heating or plumbing installation. So it's just an additional, the $50 per inspection from our building inspector. That was the only thing that was changed.
I'll introduce resolution 2023 to amend fees for the municipal building permits.
I'll second it.
Introduced by Court, second by Zuliger. To amend building permit fees. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Ottenstein.
Yep.
Zuliger. Game.
Yeah.
Page.
Yep.
Stashik.
Yep.
Ford.
Here.
Kelly.
Resolution 2023-1 passed. Discussion and possible action on this municipal legal service agreement.
All right, this I got from Bill. So we had been paying, we had an agreement with Bill for attorney fees. He was charging us $160 per hour. That was negotiated back in 2018. His rates have gone up. He has gone to $200 per hour. And that's what he quoted us to attend meetings. So my question is, do we want to proceed with this? Do we want to, I think that's probably close to what the going rate is. I know we've talked about getting a different attorney. We're still waiting on some things from him to clean up. I've been emailing him quite often, but I haven't been hearing from him. So I didn't know what you guys want to do. If you want to continue to go with him, if we want to start looking.
Good average.
I know I got a price from Ashley Lee Hockey. She was the one that was assigned to us by our insurance, and I want to say she was like 180, 190 an hour. I really like her. Yeah. Right now, what I have left with Bill, we have a whole fire commission and stuff like that that needs to be, all that stuff needs to be looked at, like the handbook, the bylaws, all of that needs to be addressed. The policy, the personnel policy, I asked him about that. He got back to me about a week and a half ago, said, I sent that to you. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Still haven't heard back from him after I told him I did get it. He's gotten back to me on the Whitney Wood stuff. I think I have everything, but Jesse's now sent him some stuff. I just don't know what's going on with them. So I don't know if we're just like the local people on his list or if it's just that busy. I don't know.
It might be busy, but I feel like we need answers also, and if he's
Yeah.
not gonna get us answers.
And I feel like, I guess I feel like you guys might think it does Michelle's her job because she's
No.
never got answers, but
No,
it's just, I'm constantly, like, he told me he sent me the personnel policy and I'm like, Bill, I looked at my emails, I don't have it. If I have it, please forward it to me, or when are you gonna get it to me? And I still haven't heard back, and I sent him that a week ago. So it's like, okay.
I guess I feel like we should maybe,
So I don't know if it's something admin wants to maybe address in a meeting and see who other ones are using and maybe we start looking. I guess we have to pay the $200 now because that's what his fee is gonna be. But is it something we want to start looking at and maybe sometime in the near future here, look at interviewing again? So what we did back in 2018 is I called around to see what other municipalities who they were using in the area. And we got a list of like 4 lawyers, and we interviewed 4 of them. And then from that 4, we'll find 4 now.
If we're going to look into it for the future, why don't we approach that Ashley Lucky and see if there's any?
She did give us a price,
Okay,
so she was
Did-
interested.
so
I
I
did
was-
talk to
did-
her.
Okay.
I did talk to her, when we were done with her, when the insurance thing was done. Asked her if it'd be something she'd be, if their firm would be interested, and she did give me pricing for it, and said yes, they would be.
And where is it from out of?
They're out of Pecona, so it's really not that far. And she was great about getting back to us. I mean, I could call her, and if she wasn't there, I had to call back within a couple hours, or an hour.
that is impressive.
She was, I mean, I don't think it ever went really past the day that I didn't get a call back from her right away, or an email or something. When we had something that transpired, she called me immediately, so. Or
And I feel like a day is okay, but like
I mean,
not
I'm
a, not a
talking
week.
weeks, months,
not weeks.
sometimes it feels like.
We need
And
to
I don't
finish
really
things
know,
here.
I mean, I get emails, but I don't really know if they're from him, or maybe just so we can, we always say that. Yeah, so I guess I just didn't know if you guys, Jesse and I have had this conversation.
Right, and the delay in getting a response back. I mean, we're in limbo, we don't know
It's
what to
just
do.
frustrating.
Right.
And we're sort of sitting here
We need
twiddling our
answers soon.
thumbs, waiting on a response, and it could be 2 weeks, it could be.
I mean, he's had the personnel policy
It's been a while.
since July. He's like, I sent that to you in September. I'm like, and then ask me for it every month.
Yeah, I would say.
I feel like we should start seeking.
So, like I said, I can kind of go through and see what other municipalities have and bring it to admin, and we can start looking at that.
Well, we gotta make a motion now to at least prove
Basically
this.
approve the pay and to give the direction to bring it back to admin.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the insurance or the legal agreement and bring it to admin for some more discussion on possible
I'll second
changes.
it.
Motion by Court, second by Hottenstein to approve the municipal legal service agreement and bring it back into admin for further discussion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. K8. Amended item, discussion and possible action on appointment to Special Capital Improvement Plan Committee.
Well, what this is, I'm looking for, to get an ad hoc committee to look over the capital improvement plan. I mean, at a minimum, I think it needs to represent, the big equipment people such as the fire department, police department, and myself, so, municipal ops, Chief Kraus and Chief Lynch, and then obviously whoever you want to point to it, I maybe recommend the MO chair and the public safety chair. To scrub the list of the capital improvement equipment. So like vehicles, everybody knows the price of vehicles are going up. Usage, so that we can do a deep dive to see the usage, the maintenance cost. I'm going through my expenses right now to see, the pie in the sky right now is we get a leaf machine in X years, but is that reasonable? Is that feasible with the price of everything going up? And then we can calculate that all in our big spreadsheet in our budget outlook, our CIP plan that we have with Rupert Milk. And so I don't know if you've ever seen it, but our CIP plan calls out, what roads we do, what water we do, parks we do, and things like that. And that would be something, I think an ad hoc committee could sit down and, run the numbers and have the discussion of what we really need as a village. Yeah, I would, I'd like to get a new truck every 5 years. That's what I'm scheduled for, but is it really feasible at this time? Because they're going up in price. And Eric can tell you, top cars are going up 18%. Right now we have, I think it's $40,000 on there, but if they go up 18% every year, we got to take a hard look at that and make sure that we have the right amount of money budgeted. So come time to buy a new cop car, we ain't, asking for more money every time. And we're prepared for that. So I guess I'm looking for a ad hoc committee to go over that before we bring it either to, I don't know, we'll bring it back to the board of the whole.
Yeah, so, I looked at the ordinance, basically the president and appoint a special committee. So, but we just wanted to have it approved and get it started. So, it's kind of, normally an ad hoc committee will come out of another committee. So like Plan Commission, we had a couple ad hoc committees come out of there where, like when we did the comprehensive plan, we broke that down into smaller part where we looked at it, did the deep dig, and we kind of went through it line by line and then brought it back to everybody, so we didn't have, 15 people at every meeting and, everybody, some people pay attention, some don't. This way it was like a handful of people, and we really went through it line by line in little sections. So I think that's what we're looking for on this. I think we're just looking for the approval of the appointment of this special committee to do the capital improvement plan. And it would basically consist of the department heads, but then we also need a couple board people to have meetings outside of this meeting. It would all get approved through you when it gets finalized and the numbers get in there, but I think, like Jesse's, I'm doing some reports right now for Jesse, so he can run how much have we spent on,
Street sweep.
the street sweeper, how much have we spent on maintenance over 5 years on it? Have we been sticking, $2,000 a year into it? Maybe it's time to replace it, you know what I mean? Or, is there something that we're replacing every other year, which we stick no money into? And we could just let it ride out for a while, you know what I mean? So those kind of things. So that's what this would be for. So I guess we're just looking for you guys to make a motion to create this committee and then who would want to be on it. So I don't know with volunteers or for us would be appointing people. I mean, most likely it would probably make sense to be at least MO. Right now would be Kay because she's been involved in most of it. And then probably the other Kay because she's well, at least one of you have to be on it, so.
The other Kate can be on it. She's got it. And someone else can volunteer for that.
I mean, like I said, it's gonna come back to you guys through committee of the whole and through the board. I mean, final approval on it, but it's just to do the down and dirty part of it and look at it all and run numbers and do the project work on it.
I have no problem being on it. I can make a motion to approve the special capital improvement planning committee.
I'll second that.
Motion by Hottenstein, second by Zuger. Stachek, sorry. To approve the special capital improvement plan committee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Unfinished business.
There is one.
There is for approval of payments.
The payments are in there. The only payment I would ask you guys to approve that is not in there would be the February settlement for taxes. So if you could approve the payments with the addition of that settlement payment.
I'll make a motion to approve the payments with the settlement payment.
I'll second it.
Motion by Court, second by Hottenstein. To approve the payments with settlement payments, month of February. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Treasurer's report.
The treasurer's report is in there. You will notice I've added the 23 numbers to it. These are not audited numbers yet. They are working on those right now. Those numbers will change, but right now that's got the 2022 numbers in there and the 23 numbers. The other thing you'll notice ARPA money, some of the fund balance has gone down. We did pay for the voting machine at the end of the year, which was $3,600, I believe. And we also paid for some of the engineering costs on 117, which were like 7,000.
Yeah. And yeah, that's to continue.
So we have used some of the ARPA money has started to be used. So we're done with the voting machine, but now, like I said, the engineering costs that are going to be incurred with 117 will start coming out of there. So.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I'll second it.
Motion by Stachek, second by Zuger to approve the treasurer's report. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Announcements.
As far as me meetings, right now, are you guys,
I'm gonna have to have a plan commission, probably the 20th of February.
20?
Do we need to schedule for this meeting?
Do we need to have an MO?
I think we can wait till the meeting of those.
Yeah, and maybe we'll end up waiting for meeting of the whole to do the ordinance.
So the planning commission would be February 20th,
February 20th, I guess, yeah, that's what I'm shooting for.
5 or 6?
I prefer 5, but
We were do you have something that's gotta get approved by then, or at that point? Because I know we were looking at the week after if the Grunwald stuff.
I got other claims with the outdoor rec plan that I need to bring to the plan commission. I'm not gonna wait for Grunwald. He might show up on time, he might not. If we have to have a special one, he'll have to pay for it.
Okay, I didn't know, because I know I've talked to him, so.
Because I got a couple things with the outdoor rec plan that we have to discuss, and then also about setting up a 501c3 for donations for the village for the outdoor rec plan. So I've been working with Cedar Corp, that, in my report, that's what I've been doing, working with Cedar Corp and MSA to get an outdoor rec plan. And then one of the things that came out of that was create a way for people to donate to the village for outdoor activities. So, and we'll discuss that at the plan commission.
The only other thing that I have for an announcement, if there's no other meetings, would be, we are getting flooring done tomorrow. So there'll be notices that the office will need that done. So it'll be in and out, be ready for things.
And then there was also a hiccup with the mail with the water bills.
They arrived today.
I got
Yeah.
mine today.
I got one too.
So the PO box ones, we sent them out last Tuesday, the 31st. A lot of the PO box ones were delivered, but the ones who had regular address stuff did not get them. So we asked the post office about them on yesterday morning, and they had no clue. They said that Green Bay had some type of issue with the mail leaving Green Bay, so we sent them bulk. So this morning when she asked them, they really didn't know. They said they had a couple come through, and then all of a sudden this afternoon, like the floodgates must have opened again. So we didn't really know what happened to them, but we've had a million calls on them. So not, like I said, we knew that mail went out that day because we sent out absentees that same day, and we've already got some of the absentees back. We just didn't know what happened to them. So hopefully people are getting it now.
We were on time, no fault of our own.
No,
It was a post office, it was a glitch. I mean,
They have delivery dates, and it just depends on what the delivery date was.
yeah, and if we have issues with late fees, we'll address it at that time. If people complain that they're short 3 days, we'll address it at that time.
And I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion by Court, second by Zuliger to adjourn. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion to adjourn at 6:36 PM.
So 5 o'clock? For this meeting?
Five to six.
6.
6?